Skills are learned abilities. So learned abilities to help you do something well.
Non-verbal communication is one aspect of skill or one skill that every child should learn beyond the classroom.
Savings or financial management is a key point or a key skill
A
I
child needs to
feel
learn.
every child should learn.
Adaptability.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to adaptability. Okay, let's start from the classroom. I've seen a child that failed science just because science teacher was changed. These skills you can be learned through different means, but three are very important. Number one, through training, two, through practice, and the third one is via experience. There are many skills where you jump on. For now, I can just say communication is very key. See, a lot of students they know the answers to your questions just because they don't have this ability to communicate, and because of that, you see them having problems.
So, how can we help them now, like in schools as teachers, right? How can we help them with communication, with their communication skills?
Sure that you build a healthy relationship with
Relationship.
people, with your colleagues, because you might think I don't talk, maybe because I'm not cool with you.
Hi guys, welcome back to Teachers Timeout, the podcast where we discuss real educational matters, not just within the classroom, but outside the classroom. If you are a teacher or a parent, this is your space. I am Ivy Alagovia, and it's Ivy Alagovia on all social media platforms. We are back here on set today, and I have three amazing educators. I will ask the lady amongst us to first introduce herself. Let's meet you, Mrs. Azaya.
Okay, hi everyone. I am Itereza Benin, an economist. I go by the name Praise Isaiah on all social platforms.
We're glad to have you here, Mrs. Azaya.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
to Teachers Timeout.
Thank you.
Mr. Mesha?
Hey, I'm Mish the Prof, Mishak Inheduba. On our social media platform, you can find me, Mish the Prof. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome back to Teachers Timeout,
Thank you,
Mr.
ma'am.
Mesha. Mr. Nazi, let's
Well,
meet
thank you. My name is Onazi Christian. I'm a mechanical engineer. You can reach me on Facebook F Connect, on Instagram Seabase Engineering. I'm happy to be here once again.
We're
Thank
glad
you.
to have you back,
Yeah.
sir. All right. Welcome once again, everyone. So the topic is beyond the classroom, life skills every child should have. Before we start, let's what are life skills? What are life skills? Mr. Mesha, you want to tell us?
All right. Life skills beyond the classroom is very vital. So, but to set it rolling, I would like to define what a skill is because it's very important we know what we're talking about. Skills are learned abilities. So, learned abilities to help you do something well. So, any ability you've learned to help you do something well, that is a skill. So for children, they need to learn have these abilities to help them perform well in classroom and outside the classroom. Very important. And these skills you can be learned through different means, but three are very important. Number one, through training. Children learn skills through training, through practice, and the third one is via experience. And see, training, practice, experience. So it is cutting across the classroom and also to the home.
The home.
So experience because they watch their parents.
Yeah.
So what the parents do, so they can pick some skills that can help them in life outside the classroom and within the classroom. So it's very important that parents should also note that the children are also watching them to pick some positive skills and something they can use to shield themselves to face the way and realities of life, and also through training and also practice, and also teachers also we're like role models. So as we're teaching them, they are also
So
watching
watching
us.
you.
So that's why as teachers we also need to be careful so they could pick these abilities from us, and so it's definitely going to help them put themselves together to face real life experiences outside the classroom.
All right.
And for the three most important, there are many skills, but for now, I can just say communication is very key. See, a lot of students, they know the answers to your question. Most times we ask them questions just because they don't have this ability to communicate, maybe verbally or written, and they don't just respond properly to your
Properly.
question, and because of that, you see them having poor grade. Because most times you see intelligent children, and when you see them getting at the end of the term or section, you see them having poor grade. You begin to wonder, but it's just because what the problem and what's as it were. So, but it's basically, if you investigate thoroughly, you will see that this child was not able to express herself, maybe through verbally or written. So communication skill is something every teacher, every parent must start to impute into their child or their word or whatever it is early. And secondly, resilience is
Okay, before we go to resilience, let's look
Okay.
at communication skills, right?
All right.
Yeah, it's very important because while growing up, I had issues communicating, right? So I couldn't go to school. I honestly, I can go to school, right, and I won't talk to anybody until I come back. It was that bad. Okay, so I struggled with that, and even when I became a teacher too, I was struggling with that. So sometimes I just want to be on my own, and now you have to be in class with children. It was part of the struggle that I had until I kind of worked on myself, right? I think I'm better now, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at
You're coming out.
Yes.
Improving.
Okay, so how can we help children? Let's look at it from as teachers now, the school, because for me, in my opinion, I think schools are not paying um, great attention to life skills. We focus too much on academics. Or am I the only one in that WhatsApp group? Okay.
You're right.
So how can we help them now, like in schools as teachers, right? How can we help them with communication, with their communication skills? So, Mr. Nazi, let's hear from
Okay, yes. Just like my friend Mr. Mesha rightly said,
Yeah.
I think in school, you know how the school setting is.
Yeah.
A lot of emphasis are laid on verbal communication,
Yeah. Okay.
public speaking. I
Okay.
see them doing debates and in their various clubs and a lot of talk shows and the rest. But beyond the classroom, there's this aspect of communication that parents that are not taught in school, non-verbal communication. This non-verbal, yes, non-verbal communication, conveying messages without words.
Without words.
Without
Okay,
using
that's
words.
another one.
Exactly.
Yes.
Some of these aspect of non-verbal communication that are not taught in school, and a student will need it beyond the classroom.
Okay, so
One appearance is one non-verbal communication.
appearance. Okay, can we hear more of that?
Appearance like dressing.
Okay.
The way your dressing also communicates.
That's
Exactly.
true.
Very key.
You see these days, because a lot of students these days wear a lot of things that that are not ideal. You see them putting on a lot of things because they were not taught. Really, they were not taught. Maybe from school, they don't know. They were not taught from school. Even at home, they need to. It's a skill that they need to learn. The way to dress. As you're appearing now, you dress. Your dressing is decent. It communicates a lot. Yes. Another aspect of non-verbal communication it's touch, like even handshake. You communicate by handshake, like when you a warm handshake communicates confidence. You see, warm handshake, when you give a warm handshake to someone, it communicates, okay, it shows that you are confident of yourself. Is an aspect of non-verbal communication. Exactly. This non-verbal communication needs to be, is a skill that every child should learn because that is one aspect of communication that every child needs beyond the classroom. Facial expression too is a non-verbal communication, like smiling,
Eye contact.
exactly, eye contact.
Some people say nationally,
When you smile, you communicate with people through smiling, right? I've once been in an interview panel. A girl, sorry, when someone came in with smile, she got a job. She came in the first time, started smiling with everyone. Smiling communicates friendship and all that. Yes.
Of course.
Okay, so non-verbal communication is one aspect of skill or one skill that every child should learn beyond the classroom.
Valid. Thank you, sir. Okay, now still talking about communication. How can we help teachers? Like I told you guys, like when I started teaching, that was one because I wasn't taught, right? And my kind of temperament too. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. Probably some teachers just coming into the profession or some have been there, they are still having that challenge. How can they help themselves? Because if you don't help yourself, how can you help your kids?
Okay.
Mr. Meshach?
Okay. The truth is that, like the saying goes, that if he wants friends should first of all make himself or herself friendly. So it goes that way. So you two, you need to be open. You need to be open. Build healthy relationship, because most times why people don't talk is because they don't have healthy relationship with people. So as a teacher, the first thing you must do, you must ensure that you build a healthy relationship with people, with your colleagues. Because you might think I don't talk, maybe because I'm not cool with you. Yeah, I can see some people. Yeah, I can come into a place when I see people I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? There's a man I know very well. You see him. Okay, let me know you, a student I know. Like I call, why you don't even break? You stay. You just stay on your desk. Please go outside. He said they are not my friends. They are not. I said no, it's not like that. You've not gone out with them. You've not even said hi to them. So the first thing, you must be friendly yourself. From there you build healthy relationship. You meet people. You communicate, you share ideas. In the process, you see yourself breaking from what you're already used to. What you're already used to, and before you know, you're making progress, and then you will now start communicating that lifestyle to the children you're teaching.
All right. So in essence, what you're saying is, first of all, the teacher has to be intentional. And of course, agree that you have that problem.
Yes, it is very true.
Then you make progress by working on it, like you said. All right, talk about communication skill, right? Any other skill we want to add? Well, we've talked about communication and we talked about resilience, right? Okay. Apart from that, what are other life skills that we feel these children should have before we go more? Yeah. Okay. Let's hear from you, Mr.
Yeah. All right. So we have many more skills, life skills that we would want the learner or the children to imbibe in them. And I, for one, have always been too skeptical about finance. Finance management. Now, we have lots of children from rich background. Let me take that for an instance, where you know that at monthly base they are expecting their stipends or allowances. And here, without these skills being taught in them, will be input in them, you discover a child just go ahead, make expenditures and expenses without, buying things without caution, in the sense that this kind of child would not know how to make budgets. The budget planning would be zero when it comes to a time where such a one would need to make budgets. Okay, I would want to bring in a life experience too. Just like you mentioned about what you're growing up and communication. In my case, I actually had that too. But coming back to finance, I want to come back home because, like he mentioned, not just in the classroom setting, both at home and even the society at large. We are looking at how these skills should be imparted into our learners. Good. I grew up in a family background where every Sunday we all know that we'll have to run to Dad to get money for offering. We grew with that. And I find myself being married to a man. After marriage, kids started coming in, and I was expecting to see him bring money from his pocket. Give these kids money. And I'd be like, no, they have allowances. They have stipends they get from either loved ones or you yourself, their mother. So they should learn how to pick from there. And
that's a nice one.
Yeah, I became worried about it. I was like, no, that's not the upbringing I had, because and this upbringing actually affected me during my school days. In my higher institution, what I know is that is sending me my stipends of 30, my allowance of 30,000. From that 30,000, I know I'm taking 10% out of 30,000 to save for Sunday use.
Okay.
And as a course rep during my tenure, I have other means of making money. Of course, we're all there. We know from I don't print course form. I have course mates who do all that for me.
Yeah.
Now, this other money, where do I put them? That subconsciousness was not there. That from this other money you're making, save something out of it. But I go ahead and make use of it anyhow I want to make use of it. And you can imagine a child of 6 years coming back to me, oh, auntie, this gave me this. That was 2,000 naira. And on a Sunday morning, she's coming back to me, Mom, where's my 2,000 naira? I said, okay, I didn't spend your money. I gave back the 2,000 to her. And she's telling me, please take this 1,000, bank it for me, because she knows she has an account. Put it in my account. And me being a mother that was so cautious about don't buy jobs, what are you going to be doing with the remaining 1,000 naira? It's for God. Wow, I became dumbfounded. At that point, what I feel that dad was doing, that I feel it was wrong, I saw it in the child at 6 years. She was cautious of the fact that I need to keep something. I saved 1,000 naira, and I'm taking 1,000 naira left for my own time. Even as an adult, I knew I was supposed to take just 200 out of 2,000. But here is a child taking 1,000 out of 2,000 to give to God, because she knows that she'll be getting more out of that part. So savings or financial management is a key point or a key skill I feel every child should have.
Very key for survival.
Very key for survival. Want to have something to add to that?
Yeah, maybe not in the finance area. Just another thing I want to bring out here is adaptability.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to adaptability. Okay, let's start from the classroom. I've seen a child that fails science just because science teacher was changed. The child failed maths because the maths teacher is a new term. They introduced them to a new maths teacher, and just because of that, it's not that there's nothing wrong with the teacher. The teacher is excellent, pretty good. Just because I'm used to Mr. Kola, what is Mr. Badmus doing here? I'm not used to this face. Or maybe the new teacher.
I don't like the way it's talking.
The teacher is not good.
The teacher
is male. And the other one is
but the one is
better.
a female. I most you know the way this thing plays with children. Oh, I like Miss Sandra. Why they bring in Mr. Misha? You know, stop adapt. See, it's a skill set as funny as it is in the classroom, and some of them it reduce their grade.
But it's not some, like it does. It happens to us that when you don't like a teacher, you automatically don't want to study that subject.
A parent can even take on the school for changing.
Yeah, without even having understanding.
A lot of
most parents do.
They do.
So you see now, if you now take it outside the classroom, you will see even when they go outside. Real life, they'll start having problems, issues with people. Say, no, I'm not. No, even if you're employed in a company, they change your boss or you new management, you're expected to adapt immediately. So it's a life skill that needs to be taught from home, from experience. The parents, even the teachers, find a way to communicate these things to the children.
So how do we teach them this adaptability? I was trying to think like
strong.
Apart from sometimes most of these skills now is okay to speak, but I think action speaks louder than voice. So how do we model it to them?
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Yes, there are a lot of experiences outside that a child or a student or a child can be introduced to. Like beyond the classroom, you can register them in clubs and organizations. I remember there's this thing, club organization, even in sports, endurance, and a lot of things are learned. You understand from doing sports. Like when I remember when NYC, you have to do endurance trek and all that. Okay, my child, I have to register my child in a social club. And even in a sport, this what you call it, taekwondo, exactly. It teaches a lot of experience, like you said, adaptability, endurance, and all that can be learned from clubs, associations.
I also feel.
Wait, I want to say something. When you was talking, I remember like. I think it's safe to say this one says, right? So Mrs. Azaya told my daughter.
Great.
I remember she was not the teacher initially. UK knew. She found it difficult to adapt.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know if you remember I called you one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she found it difficult to adapt. Well, probably maybe because I was a teacher. But with time, she loved.
Okay.
Like I was telling her this morning when I was even praying the shed, I'm like, I need teachers. She was the one that said, what about me come Mrs. Zaya? She come on set, you get that kind of thing. So she later fell in love with her, right? But she found it difficult to adapt. I can't remember when the teacher was a male. That one, she liked that one so much, and she should be the best. So
and that was Mr. Dan.
Mr. Daniel. So, but I just spoke to her like she would be like. I'm like, I already knew that the change was an issue for her. So I think parents should understand that sometimes it's not everything your child tells you that you just take to heart or take it so personal. You might want to understand and find a way to. And I know the day I met you first, I wasn't having time always then because I was still in the classroom teaching, right? So I told myself, okay, I want to see Mrs. Isaiah. And then I came back, she was so friendly, she was hospitable, do you get? So parents need to understand that how to manage information that they get from their kids so that they can help them also in life generally. I don't know if I think you agree with me.
You're in line.
All right, so that's adaptability, right? So this do you think emotional intelligence is something that schools should also take into consideration, right? Emotional intelligence, like
Key.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I think. So one of you mentioned about time management, and we have not really stressed on that.
Yeah, we've not talked about time management.
Okay, maybe we'll come to time management because even in school setting, the school is just a structured environment where
very
a lot
structured.
of things exactly are taught about time management. But we also need to look at emotional intelligence. Yeah, emotional intelligence, having a empathy, ability to manage your own your emotions.
Your emotions, so that you don't hurt others.
So you don't hurt others, and also how to also empathize with others is also very important. Like I know it's taught in school. It's not as if school has totally neglected some of these skills, but yes, the time given to it, that is what really matters.
And I think the intentionality
and thank you very much, intentionality in doing it. Like in my school, there are a lot of programs that we have in my school that are in place in my school where a child learns how to learns about emotional intelligence. Like yes, exactly. During sometimes we go out for every February 14th.
Okay, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly. We take the kids out to orphanage. You understand?
Okay, yeah.
It's a way of learning how to be emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
You visit to orphan, you see where they see this orphan, you tell them, okay, this one don't have fathers, they don't have parents again. So they learn a lot from it. Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. So emotional intelligence in school and even beyond school is a skill that every student must have.
Valid. Taking them to orphanage homes. Exactly. Mr. Mesha, I have something to add. Emotional intelligence.
You have almost said everything. Because if you don't even know yourself, you need to know yourself. You need to understand yourself. Now, the ability to understand yourself is an edge for you to understand how other people
feel.
So it must be taught. The children must understand their own emotions. They must be a master of their own. You see, also temperament and all of that.
Yeah, I was going to go to temperament. Like, how do you manage? How do you teach them to manage that in school? So when they're angry, they know how to manage it. They need to understand them. For me, okay, I need to say this. I think we need to make our children understand that it's okay to be sad. Yeah. It's okay to be angry. So there was this day I walked into the shop. This small girl. She was just angry. And mom was saying, she was like, please move away. What do you know? And what's making you angry at your age? Wow. So I have to say, she's a human being, right?
Of course.
She's human.
Right.
So sometimes we do it maybe unknowingly or knowingly somehow, right? But we need to be intentional. So they have feelings.
exactly.
It's okay to cry.
Yes.
It's okay to be angry.
That's right.
It's okay to feel sad, right? So sometimes we don't. There's a way our teachers and parents in those days used to feel like they never
suppress their
us,
feelings.
and so instead of letting us know how they passed through some emotional torture and how they came out of it, so that we will be stronger and will be able to manage our own problems.
Exactly, like you rightly say. I have a student that the child knows when I'm not happy. Like at my school, we always say, don't. In fact, you don't have to frown once you are in the school environment. You must smile. You understand? So the school system will try to, in a way, to suppress one's emotions and feelings. But it's better you let. Sometimes it's better you let your feelings known. And these feelings sometimes you don't even know when it's on you. Like for that child to be able to know when Mr. Onazi is not happy, you just come and tell him, Mr. Onazi, what's wrong? You're not happy today, and I'll just tell the child, I'm okay. I'll just smile and all that.
To add to that, sorry to come in. Of course, we know that wildlife skills. One is to build confidence.
To build confidence. Yes, that's one.
Of course, and we've been hammering the fact that it should be beyond the classroom, right? Like Mr. Nazi would say, it is certain that most schools, if not all, actually they are in consonance with these life skills, but just that we don't make it so pronounced.
Yeah, it's not intentional.
It's not intentional about
and we don't create enough time.
I need to
go to that.
We do not create enough time for it, and even when during other extracurricular activities we carry out in schools, we do not totally spell it out that these are the things you should look out for. Back from the home, I think from the beginning, before this section started, Mr. Nazi actually mentioned the fact that even from cradle, from childhood, these lessons should be passed on.
Yes.
I'm taking the example from the experience you just shared now of a child in the supermarket where the mother is telling, even as a feeding baby, a baby in your arm, the baby gets angry. We all know of this fact that everyone must get angry at that point. But if at that tender age you're not telling the child that this is okay, it's okay to be angry, but do not let it go beyond.
To even affect others.
To make it affect. That's the point. That's the part I'm coming into. Because by the time you don't make them know about it, they will be affecting every other life skills
negatively.
They should be negatively. Take for instance the empathy we talked about. By the time a child is always full of fury, anger, if such a child will care less of what other person is feeling. So by the time the child knows, oh, I need to be angry and I need to take account, because in my class, we just shared the experience of your daughter. One I knew coming in, I met her heads on decks. This
doesn't like talking.
I don't like talking. She doesn't like talking. On decks. And I was taking mathematics. I know mathematics. You need to be involved. And I was like, you're always on the desk. And the next thing, I saw her facial expression telling me that I don't like you. So I had to pull myself back. Then after the class, I called her to myself. I was like, it's good you're angry at me because I publicly embarrassed you. But please, mathematics is something I need you to be involved in. She can attest to that. If there's any subject she loves so much, see, quantitative reasoning, mathematics, she's always on the top. So by the time parents at home or we the teachers do not identify these in the children and try to make corrections where necessary. You don't just tell them, oh, it's fine to be angry. I'm not telling them what to do to quench or kill or suppress the anger. You will end up losing them. So it's best we identify these things in them, make them know, not just in the classroom, but even in the homes and the society at large. I was going out one day and I saw a man, it was raining. Someone, probably the person was in a hurry. You know how it is. Drive past and splash water on a lady. You know, within me, where I was standing, that expression was there. But the next thing I saw the lady do was, like, within
she didn't react like
she never reacted. Normally, every average African would be like, the words will come out. But she just looked at herself. She looked at herself and she
manager.
Wow, I said this person is good in anger management. So we need to put it in every child. We are dealing with.
Thank you so much,
All
Mr.
right.
Brian.
You're saying thank you. We're not wrapping up. There's something I need to say before we go.
No,
Okay, you
exactly
will.
like Mr. Marshall,
All right, sir.
again, you see, this is third term, and very soon parents will be getting report cards. You see, like I said earlier, it's not as if emotional intelligence and it's not taught in school, but like Ivy said, it's not schools are not intentional in doing it, and maybe time and other factors. Yes, because the three main domains of education, which are affective domain. That is the area where affective domain
Domain comes in.
comes
Yeah,
in.
that's
Exactly.
true.
Very key.
You see,
That's where it comes in.
relationship. You see, I was scrutinizing a report card of one of the teachers in my department, a form teachers, and I say a lot of things in that domain. You see, in every report card, there's a section for that domain.
Yeah, that's true.
Relationship with others, leadership. And you see, my child brought his report card home 110. I saw that leadership on a scale of 5, a relationship with other, everything 5, 5, 5. I went to the school. I told the teacher.
That's the they're not paying attention to
They are not
it.
giving
They're like, let me
careful.
just give him.
They are not intentional about it. Let me just give him
Yeah.
that. Maybe if the parents see, the parents see, they
I mean,
be
just
happy.
take.
And you never know that. I take all those things very
Yeah.
seriously. Exactly. I said emotional, leadership, put 2 for cancel because I see that my
Yeah,
son
you
don't
know
have. I
him.
know him very well exactly. And so other what do you call it? A relationship with others.
With others.
That child is very so shy. You put 5 for him. I know
How?
and all that. So schools have to be intentional about it, and even beyond the classroom. Beyond the classroom is covers a lot of environment.
Yeah.
Like social group at home,
Yeah.
churches, mosque, and all that. In fact, any environment where you are accountable to yourself and your goal, that is beyond the classroom. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Valid. Okay, so before we round up, right? I want us to talk about how can schools create time for this. So I have a suggestion. The school where I taught before I finally left, I quit teaching in classroom, right? They have this they have days. I'm sorry, weeks. Sometimes you just have empathy week.
Okay.
So during assembly, teachers talk about empathy.
Yes.
They tell them
Yes.
maybe write how do you tend to treat and show empathy today in your classroom. They put stickers
Greetings,
around, greetings like that. So I think that's something schools can also do, right?
Yes.
So I need more ideas. How can we? Because they'll be saying this. How can they create time? So sometimes we feel there's no time, but when we really think about it, because we want to be intentional, we'll find ways to do it.
Yeah, another way that these skills can be impacted on the children, because it's whatever they have from school, that's what they take beyond the classroom, is to I think schools should try and make some of these skills as curriculum, detailed curriculum that should be taught in
How
school.
do we do that, sir?
Yes, curriculum development. Every school, like my school, we have this department counseling unit, guidance and counseling.
But not some of them don't have.
Yeah,
Right?
some of them, yes.
Some schools
That's
don't
what.
have
Yes, a school can now use that
They
department.
should have, right?
That
So we're
every school
saying they
should
should,
have.
yeah.
Yes, every school should have. And some of these skills,
Very important.
which cannot, because most times the teacher will not have, when you have mathematics, algebra, and the rest to solve physics, chemistry, math, you may not have time to give to do those things. The counseling unit, guidance and counseling unit of every school should be able to handle that aspect. Give it, be intentional about it, make it a curriculum. You understand, that should be covered by that by department. You can do it. It's not something that can be achieved in just a term. It's with time, like after reception, gradually 2-3 times, you see the child will become better for it.
Yeah, Cesar, you wanted to say something?
Yes, in addition to that, the first time you asked of the 3 key skills one should have. Yes. One of the skills I also had in mind was the one that might not necessarily come in the classroom, which has to do with home management.
Home
Yes,
management.
home and personal management.
Yeah, that's self-care.
Yes, self-care. Now you see some kids are so used to the fact that someone prepares the bath for them and all that. They make meal for them. We have a homekeeper who takes care of everything. You see a teenager not knowing how to take care of a personal herself, particularly the ladies,
Okay.
is something to actually
personal
show
care,
concerned
hygiene,
about. Now, how to imbibe this into the school? We know that most schools, like where I'm coming from, we have a particular day. We have 2 days for club. We have the normal academic club day, and we now have
skill development.
Entrepreneurial club day.
Oh, okay.
So here these things are being taught. And while we have 3 days for assembly, a particular day is set aside for gender assembly.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I like that.
Under
That's
the
beautiful.
gender assembly, the things you feel the male child should not know about, you discuss that with the female.
So the male teachers are with those
and
ones.
that's
nice.
And the female teachers are taking care of the ladies. And you see them come out playing. They tell you things. I have a child that will constantly come to my table. Miss Azaya, I don't know. I am trying so much to work on my emotions. It's not working. I said, do you have water with you? And she'll be like, yes. Now, when you feel Daniel is doing that thing you don't want him to do, just bring out the water from you. And on one of my classes, I noticed she was about doing that. And the next thing I just saw, she put out her water, sip, took 3 sips, and she smiled to herself. And then she continues. I was like, wow.
Manager, yes.
You know, so with this, by the time that gender assembly is done, you as a female teacher, you have more time to tell the children.
Think about that, having gender
assembly. And even during the club times, we could always create time to teach. Like we said, they are numerous. The skills,
they can't exhaust them in one episode.
So on the assembly, you're doing that. On the club, you're doing that.
Yeah.
And the child, even some parents would even call and tell me, ma'am, we heard you told our daughter this. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they wouldn't want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
But the time is not there for them to do it.
Yeah.
So if we are helping out in school and they have this consciousness that these things are things they should do, they will also follow up at home.
Amazing.
So,
what is something that we're around it? Okay.
Why I want to say this because I believe the whole world is listening to us.
Yeah, the whole world.
School owners are listening to us.
Yeah.
Educators, school management, and the rest of it. So some of these things we're saying now, like you said, it's easier to be saying it, but it's the implementation.
Exactly.
Implementation. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Creating time.
Yes. Implementation, please. School owner, we're begging you so that our children will raise full baked, who send to the world people who are, grounded,
who are
stable people in the society to build a better nation. Please, we're begging. And I will not want to forget this digital literacy. I was telling someone before now when I started teaching primary 5. I was teaching people who are even in JS1. Yes, I know I was going to teach. It's a fully come package. Yeah, before I started getting certification, I knew I was going to teach. But now, sometimes I used to solve one question. At primary 5, I will solve SS 3 questions, maths. 1 question in 3 weeks. I must get it. I will read the topic. I don't know. I'm just at primary 5. Yes. I'm doing YF question. I will just want to. So what I'm trying to, I will bring books, PNOKK, Principle of Physics. But I will just be compared. But now, I don't have to do all of those anymore. We have system, we have computer, we have internet. So it's easier. So it's a life skill that every child must. So school, it must be imputed into the school system. And also when they go out, it's something they should also develop. And we know it's vast now.
A lot of IT skills.
It's very key.
Okay, what an episode. Amazing. All right, this is what we call it a wrap. We said a lot, quite a lot. We can't really exhaust it here. But if you are saying this, we'd like you to share your comments. Are there more skills you want to add to what we have said? We hope school owners, you heard our suggestions and you can implement this so we can have a better future for our children. This is Teachers Timeout once again, and this is where we'll say goodbye. Thank you.